Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ad America TV. My name is Anton. I'm one of Ad America's e-guides. And Ad America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center here in Jakarta, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. We would like to welcome all of our audience joining us online, and we would like to say Happy Eid for those of you who are celebrating today. And for those of our audience who are joining through Zoom, there are a couple of features that I would like to explain to you guys so you can use these features wisely. You can use the chat box to interact with each other and also with our speakers for today. And before we begin, I would like to start with an icebreaker question. And the question for today is true or false? The US Department of Health and Human Services recommends a minimum 75 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity in a week for adults. I'll repeat that question one more time. True or false, the US Department of Health and Human Services recommends a minimum 75 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity in a week for adults. You can answer this question on the comment section of our social media. And without further ado, to start today's event, I would like to invite our moderator for today, Patricia Leo. Hi, Patricia. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm also doing great. Please take it away.
So, welcome everyone for this talk on health and fitness organized by Ad America. Thank you so much for inviting us. I'd like to introduce to our speakers today, Alice Rau and Stephen Hardy. Alice, she's an Indonesian trainer based in Portland, Oregon. You're a Nike headquarter trainer, NTC trainer. You've been in the fitness industry for 10 years, working in various settings like boutique fitness studios to corporate gyms like Nike, Converse. And she specializes in functional and strength conditioning and provides like a progressive and systematic fitness programming for her clients. So she's very knowledgeable. It's amazing. And I'd like to introduce our second speaker, Stephen Hardy, also known as Brodibalo on Instagram and YouTube. You are based in Indonesia. You're an online coach and a fitness YouTuber. You have a background in medical science, so it's amazing how you blend nutrition with health and fitness. And he posts a lot of educational content around fitness and nutrition. And you have a motto, which is knowledge is power, question everything, which I love. So without further ado, we will start our discussion today around fitness and health using a holistic approach. First of all, I'd like to ask both of you, how did you start your fitness journey? How did you get here? Alice?
So I had scoliosis. I don't know if you guys are familiar with scoliosis. It is a spinal problem that my spine is not really, it's got a kind of funky curve. So it caused a lot of great pain. So it really started off from pain. And I started to work out and more regularly, started to do some strength, some mobility, and just kind of was feeling, I felt actually a lot better. So that I was like, why don't I just get paid for doing this? So I started to go into the business, getting some mentors, getting certifications after certifications after certifications, countless hours of studies. And this is now my life. I would not have changed a bit. So it's kind of more about turning my pain into my passion.
Yeah, that's amazing. And just getting yourself educated on how your body works.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. What about you, Steven?
Alice has the example of amazing fitness beginnings because my story is not fun. Is not like cool at all. It started in junior high, around puberty. Waktu anak-anak mulai suka nyari-nyari pasangan, and waktu zaman-zaman masih SMP SMA, kerjaan gue tuh cuman main game. I was not athletic at all. All I did was play online games, and I was bad at football. I was bad at basketball. So I was basically no one in school. And that's when I got into exercising, and I started with martial arts since I wasn't very good with team-based sports. And the thing I like about exercising the most is it's you against yourself. which kind of shows a lot for my personality. But yeah, that's how I got started. Basically, it was in school, and I just wanted to be a bit more active since sitting down in front of the computer all day, it's not good for you. And then just moved on to martial arts. And then from then on, I started to get into weightlifting slowly. A friend of mine got into it, and I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, and I think your story, it's good because you can relate to so many people, so many teenagers who are in your position. Also, wondering what can I do with my life, or what if I'm not really into sports team? How can I get better every day? And it's competing against yourself, seeing yourself as getting better every day, and just comparing to what you were yesterday instead of comparing yourself to other people. Yeah. And so yeah, both of your stories are very good actually, and it's very inspiring. And from your point of view, we're in the middle of a pandemic. How do you keep being sane in this unprecedented time, using health and fitness? How do you view having a holistic approach to health and fitness? Alice, you wanna start?
Yeah. So why should I start to care about my fitness now, right? There's a pandemic going on, there's all kinds of stuff going on, it's too much. You should have started yesterday. But
I love that.
Yeah.
this is actually, I am a firm believer in the fact that this is your offensive plan, okay? Your health and fitness, this is your offensive plan. If you are not healthy, if you're not fit right now, you are going to have very low immune system. You're going to have depression. You have a lot of things coming at you right now. So this is a place where you build your strength from inside out, build your strength in your body, and you're able to take in a lot of the things that are mentally attacking you right now and that are physically attacking you right now. So fitness and health, you need to start right now. It's not too late. And the plan is there's 3 different things that it's not only fitness, right? So holistic approach means like you're approaching this in a wholesome way. So you're thinking about your fitness program, you're thinking about your strength training, your conditioning, you're thinking about your mobility, you're thinking about your nutrition, which Stephen has a lot of wonderful ideas and a lot of bite-sized, easy to digest information in his website and his videos, and also your mental state, your mindfulness. So all of this is in one package. You need to think about your fitness, nutrition, your recovery, and your mindfulness. So all 4 of those items are how you approach fitness in a wholesome way. So you're not like so heavy and thinking only about, okay, how can I get a bicep the size of Hulk Hogan's, and how can I lose this weight? No, it's all 4 of them. You can't take one and leave the other 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think health is something so universal, and that everyone should invest in, because in the end, it's not your wealth, money that matters. It's, if you want to live a long life, it's your health that matters. And if you start to neglect it now, it's you gotta take care of your body, to live a long life. Just looking from that perspective, from I want to live a long, healthy life, is by thinking about it and starting now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you, Stephen? What if a client approaches you? What would you recommend, nutrition-wise and programming-wise, to start their fitness journey?
The thing you guys were talking about really resonated with me, since I like fitness and I like bodybuilding and I like powerlifting. And in terms of a pandemic, you kind of have to make do with whatever resources you have. And before I get onto the nutritional aspect of it and maybe a bit of training, I want to talk about something simple, which is mobility and functionality. Like, you guys mentioned the importance of like living long, like money can't buy health and everything. Yeah, absolutely true. And something I've noticed is recently my mother is not as young as she used to be, and she's been having a lot of knee problems, back problems, mainly caused by the fact that she does not exercise. She was a single mother and she raised me, and I'm very proud of her. But she didn't really have much time to exercise. And lately, she's going down the stairs, and she took up gardening recently because of the pandemic. She has nothing to do, and she started squatting on the ground, and to like put fertilizer and stuff. I don't know what you do in gardening, but um, she realized the next day that she had immense back pain to the point where she just called me panicking, what's wrong with me? And I said, Mom, you just have DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, because you never use your muscles. But that's the thing. If you don't use it, you lose it. It's cliche, but I love using that term, since you have to continually use your body. You have to train it. I believe that we as humans are fundamentally designed to move. We were not designed to sit down and look at a computer screen for 8 hours at a time, even though I used to do that playing online games. And finally, touching on the nutritional aspect of a pandemic, an important thing to keep in mind is the fact that the best way to minimize exposure to the virus is to actually stay home. This is a luxury. I'm fully aware that most people are not able to just stay home. People have to work. Like, I'm not going to be all judgmental if you still have to go out and work. It's your life. You do what you have to. But there are some smart things you can do along the way. And in terms of nutrition, yes, you can boost your immunity by training, certainly. You can boost your immunity by eating healthy. But the first thing to keep in mind is the fact that you have to minimize exposure. And what I've been doing is, me and the wife, we try to keep grocery trips at a minimum. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, if possible. So it's a good thing to always be mindful of the things that you have to get. Since I'm not going to be talking about zinc or vitamin D, maybe briefly, but the main things that you want to get when you go grocery shopping to make it so that you have a healthy lifestyle, boost your immunity, is to prioritize certain things. Things like fresh vegetables and apples that have a long shelf life. When I say a long shelf life, I mean you buy it, terus disimpan, dan udah berapa hari, seminggu, dibiarin aja masih bisa dimakan. Good example is probably apples, semangka. Or you can also get bananas, but bananas like ripen up pretty fast. And every time I buy bananas, they always become a bit too late for me to eat. But you want to prioritize fresh fruits, fresh vegetables that have a long shelf life. Frozen vegetables, such as the ones that are mixed, like you get corn, buncis, and huerto, that's also perfectly fine. Some studies actually show that frozen vegetables retain a bit more nutrition rather than fresh vegetables who were transported over hours at a time. But basically, you want to get fresh vegetables, frozen if not possible, fruits, lean meats, carbohydrates such as pasta or oats. If you like oats, I personally love oats. And you can also get low-fat milk as a simple source of calcium and protein if you're really just confused on what to get for proteins. And it's a good idea to get milk with a long shelf life as well. UHT, kayak, I'm not gonna, is it okay to mention brands? Oh ya, pokoknya susu UHT lah. Pokoknya susu UHT yang bisa disimpan di luar, nggak usah di kulkas. Itu tahan lama. So So basically strategize. And one final thing, vitamin D. Vitamin D is pretty important for keeping immunity high. You can actually get it for free from Mr. Sun. All you have to do is just wake up and just bask for a while, maybe 20, 30 minutes, go on a walk. Like, I got a dog. I should walk him a bit more. But yeah, I could walk with my dog to get vitamin D. So those are the basic tenets. And I'm going to move on briefly to the exercise portion. In terms of exercising for a pandemic, you have to be mindful of the fact that if you overtrain, your immune system actually goes down. Overtraining decreases your immune system. And Alice is going to be showing us a wonderful workout where you can do anywhere. I'm going to be doing it in a space yang sangat sempit, so like you all have no excuses. And the workout will be more focused on just keeping you fit so as you don't overtrain. Again, I believe that we are designed to move. So make do with what you have. Get a pull-up bar even. Like if you just have no equipment at all, we get simple dumbbells. We'll beli aqua, isi air. And you got weights. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I completely resonate with the nutrition part that you mentioned, going grocery shopping and getting products with their long shelf life. Also now in Indo, and I'm sure in the US as well, there's so many online grocery shopping ways to order. Like you can order online, so there's really no reason to not get fresh groceries with a long shelf life. And also, working out in there's no reason that we can't work out in a small space, which Alice will show us later. And I wanted to move on to what are some common misconceptions that people might think of? For example, Alice, you can talk about barefoot training, how amazing it is, and also that working at home is less effective. You already touched on it, but we can talk a bit more about this.
I think Stephen touched on that little overtraining.
Yeah.
I'm not so worried about overtraining at home because it's hard for people to get motivated for the most part. But since we're on that topic, let's talk a little bit about that. There's a common misconception that when you work out, you have to be completely exhausted, drenched, and sore. Okay. That is a common misconception because you're just chasing fatigue there and you don't really get a whole lot of progression. And if anything, you're super sore and it actually is going to really discourage you from moving the next few days because you are so, you're not used to working out this much. So what I want you to start thinking about is gradual baby steps. If you've not worked out in 2 years, start small. Just start with walking. Always start small and don't get too ambitious. I'm going to run a mile today. Like baby step, be patient. The most successful programs are the ones that is progressive in nature in terms of, you start small, you start building the foundations and you go from there instead of going all out and then crash, which is pretty common trend because a lot of us are driven by guilt. The food we've been eating during quarantine, right? It's when you're stressed, you tend to eat food that is that is really what's the word? It's really junk food, really crap.
Yeah.
Like you're stressed, all you want is high stimulating food. So and then that becomes a cycle. You're eating bad food, you're feeling guilty, you're working your body out to get the guilt out. You can't outrun your guilt. No. So that's just start small, start simple, and be consistent. That's the key, consistency.
Yeah, being consistent is better than not doing anything at all.
Yep.
And I found maybe you can start with a 15-20 minute workout, and then progressively. It's not like you have to go all in or nothing.
Absolutely. I would highly recommend 15 to 20 minutes daily of movement, any type of movement. Walk. If you don't have access to a walk, you just do some calisthenics, which we will be doing today. I'll give you some different examples. Simple stuff like that. It's accessible. You only need a little bit of space, and it's all body weight. All you have is gravity to fight, and to be your base of resistance.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Stephen. Before I pass it on to you, we have a question from Instagram, a user Imski, and she's asking what is the best way to get a toned body if you have a skinny body. So maybe you could also touch on that and nutrition-wise, how to get toned if body-wise you're a bit skinnier.
Okay. So first I'll start with the question. First of all, if you have a skinny body to begin with and you're not toned, I'm assuming you're skinny and you have some body fat that covers up everything. The first thing you have to realize is if you are skinny to begin with, that means you don't have much muscle mass. If you don't have much muscle mass, let's say you begin to lose weight, you're starting to burn fat, you need to accept the fact that maybe you just don't have that much muscle mass. So even if you do lose weight, you won't look immediately like a fitness model. So my advice would be to first think about building muscle mass. Don't worry too much about being toned. Focus on getting healthier, eat more protein, and exactly as Alice said, which I love the fact that you guys were talking about progressive overload. That's something that everybody should be talking about. Consistently making your training a bit harder, but starting at the right level. So to recap, if you're skinny to begin with, that means you need to build muscle. If you build muscle, you can build muscle by getting enough protein and training accordingly to whatever physical level you're currently at, and slowly increasing that difficulty. And I got a funny story for you guys. I was in college and I went back, and when I was in college, I didn't get much time to exercise. Well, actually, no, this was the time before I went to college, and all I did was play games again. And I didn't do any exercise at all, and I was really starting to feel guilty about it. So I just went on a run. I went on a 3-kilometer run, which is nothing. It's around 2 miles, I think, for you Americans. And yeah, I ran and I felt good. I'm doing something here. And as soon as I got home, I threw up. I threw up nonstop, and it just killed me for that day. And it stopped me from running again for the next few weeks. So when you train, what Alice said is really important. Since when you train, you have to be realistic with your current physical levels. If you train hard immediately and just throw up, you don't want to train again because you didn't have a good time. So that's important. And I'm going to be moving back to the whole misconceptions question. I'm just going to talk about progressive overload and training at home. Yeah, a lot of people would say, "Oh man, I can't go to the gym. Nggak bisa nge-gym, bro. Jadi latihan nggak efektif kalau di rumah." Yeah, that's not true. That's not true at all. It's a bit hard. It's a bit more difficult. Like, we're talking about progressive overload, and if you're at the gym, you're benching 20 kilograms, and then you can just increase it to 22.5. Exact same movement, but with more weight. Easy. At home, you do have to be a bit more creative. For example, if push-ups are easy, you can do 30, like easy. Maybe you can do decline push-ups. Put your leg up, make it a bit harder. Maybe you can learn archer push-ups. Maybe you can learn one-arm push-ups. So you kind of have to get a bit more creative with the movements, but it's certainly possible to still train effectively at home.
Yeah, that's a really good insight, and it's completely true. I agree. You can progressively do little by little. If someone has never gone into fitness before, just start with little, and it's totally okay. Totally okay. Yeah. So we have 3 minutes left. I just wanted to let our audience know if they want to reach out to either of you. What are your contact infos? And I think we will display them on the background. So if you want to follow both of them on social medias, Stephen has a lot of good content. Alice is also very reachable for any questions, so feel free to contact them. We have one more question from Dini. So during working from home, I started exercising and turned out that I love it so much. But sadly, when working from office started again and I got back to the office, it's like, oh, I don't have time anymore for strength workout or things like that. How do I cope with that, and how to keep being motivated when work in office gets most of your time when you go back working in office? How do you manage time?
So for me, it is not a question of time management. It's a question of priority. You will find that time when you like it and when you want it. There's a will, there's a way. That's the old adage, right? It's not time management. It's prioritizing. Maybe you can cut back on TV. Maybe you can cut back on Netflix. I don't know. You guys have Netflix, right?
We do. We do.
Yeah.
We're loving it.
Exactly. That is that could be cut back, you know, maybe just like a little bit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But first thing in the morning, maybe you wake up a little bit earlier, go to bed a little bit earlier. There is a way. Okay. And if it is hard, I get it. It's really hard to be self-motivating, but to be self-motivating, find someone who can keep you accountable. Do the buddy system. Somebody who likes to work out with you, somebody you know that likes working out too. Hey, let's call each other at 9 o'clock in the morning, wake each other up if we're not up by 9, and do a 20-minute workout. Let's find something on Steven's channel or my channel, or you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that you could do. There's a lot of apps. So find a friend, prioritize.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Steven?
No, that's pretty much perfect, honestly. Like where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I just want to talk about motivation versus discipline. I hate motivation. I really hate the word motivation. It's so easy to work out when you're motivated. It's difficult to work out when you woke up late, lagi nyetir ke kantor, macet, begitu masuk dimarahin bos, pulang kehujanan, but then you still find the time to train. That's amazing. It's easy to train when you're motivated. The hard part is training when you're not motivated. And, you know, just start small, 10, 20 minutes, do it just 3 times a week. And then after a while, you can slowly increase the time at which you work out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both for your insight, and it's been really, really helpful. You both are very inspirational, so thank you. And we will keep following your journeys on your social medias and all. So thanks for having us also at America. Next, we will start our workout led by Alice. And this is the way she'll show us how to work out in a smaller space. So,
all right.
I give it to you, Alice.
Let me get rid of the chair. Okay, all you need is a little space that is about the size of a mat, a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, it's probably 2 feet by 5. I forgot meters, but that's about how much space you need. We're gonna get started. So I'm gonna give you about a minute. All you need is a water bottle, a towel, and go find a space that you could be moving for that size, that mat size. And we're gonna get started. Super excited. So I'm showing you here that I am barefoot, which means that if you don't have the proper shoes, you can just do it without your shoes, and it will be perfectly fine. Now let me get my notes. Start the music. Okay, a little bit of a check first. Can you guys hear me okay? If you can, thumbs up. If there's any problem.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good. All right. So what I want you to start, just sit on the floor. Lay your whole body down. Let me make sure you can see. Feet hip width distance. And I want you to drive your hips up, lower down. Drive hips up, then lower down. That's called a glute bridge. Every time you drive your hips up, I want you to squeeze for just about 3 seconds. Yep. I'm watching you and I'm seeing that you guys are doing awesome. Don't worry about the music. Nice. Drive the hips up, lower down. Very simple exercise to wake up the glutes. Squeeze the glutes. Pause a little bit, then lower down. Arms are by your body to help push off the trunk. Give me 4 more. 4, lower. 3, lower. 2, last one. Hold it up there. Now I want you to think about squeezing the floor with your feet, with your bare feet, with your bare foot. Feel that connection that completely lights up the back line of the legs, all the way from the glutes to the heel. Feel that? Nice, and lower down. Lift up your right leg all the way up. Single leg glute bridge. Ready? 3, 2, 1, right. One hip up, lower down. Lift, squeeze, lower. I want you to be intentional about squeezing that single leg on the bottom to activate the glutes and the hamstring. Let's do 4 more. 4, lower. 3, lower. 2, lower, and 1. Go ahead, switch side. Same thing on the opposite side. Drive it up, lower down. The essential part of the warm-up is activating, firing some of the muscles that are going to be key muscles that are important to carry our body weight, carry our spine, and carry our posture. Give me 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, last one. Roll up onto your butt. Face the camera so you can see me. It's called a 90-90 hip mobility. This is really good for those whose hips are tight. You spend a lot of time sitting down. Put your hands right by your body. Just windmill your hips side to side. Feels really good, right? Side to side. Press the knee down to the floor. Now, if you get the hang of it, try it without your hands. Really relying on the range of motion of your hips. Good. It's getting darker here. The sun is finally setting. Well, it's about to get hotter in Indo. It's about to get colder here. So stay here or start to drive up, lower. Opposite side, drive up and lower. Feels really nice, that rolling. We're starting to progress from ground to standing. You got 4 seconds, 3, 2, and time. Find a plank position. I'd like to invite you, if this is your first time, just use your knees, be it on the ground, but if you're used to it, go ahead and get on your toes, tap your shoulder, right hand, tap left, left hand, tap right. Simple activation of the core. So your glutes are warm. Now it's a chance for the core to pitch in to your movement. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. That's how you activate the core. All the while, I want you to keep steady the hip in terms of not swinging side to side. So keep the hip super, super steady. Imagine a water bottle or a book or a cell phone right in your lower back, right? Try not to drop it. Now pick up the pace with the shoulder taps. Yeah, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in plank position. I want you to walk your hands to your feet. Lift your hips high. Feel that nice hamstring stretch. Stand all the way up. Squeeze the floor with your feet. Then walk out. Walk the hands back out to plank position. Then walk the hands back in towards the feet. The plank walkout is awesome to get your hinging movement. Hinging movement is when you push your hips all the way back with a slight bend in the knee. That's a great lower back kind of release, right? got 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Getting a little bit more aware of our breath. Last 1. We're about to get a little bit busier this time. I want you to lift your heels. Start with a simple pogo. Little hops. Little hops. That's it. Swing the arms so the body is not stiff. Just use the arms naturally. Everybody knows this one, jumping jacks. Out, in, out, in. Nice and light on the feet. Staying on the ball of your foot. The ball of your foot is really the biggest pad under your toes. There's a lot of shock breaker there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet hip width distance. Simple body weight squat. The squat is the most functional movement. You have to sit down, stand up, sit down and stand up from when you're 2 years old till you're the rest of the day you die, right? So let's master the simple movement that is the most functional. What I want you to think about right now is your feet. As you ground your feet, try to rip the ground beneath you, like you're trying to rip it apart, nice and wide. Your feet is clamped down, rooted down, and pulling it apart. Feel the whole leg lit up. 4, 3, 2, step back lunges. So alternating right leg step, left leg step. Make a prayer hand. That's it. Just as the feet, the bottom of your palm is rich with nerves. So squeeze them together, feel the energy. Then we're going to add step back, rotate towards the base of your support. Step together, step back, rotate towards the front knee. Step, rotate, reset. Looking good. I'm going to take a quick peek to see how you guys are doing. Nice. Get a little bit lower. Remember, progressive training. Right now, we're making a little bit more progression on the range of motion. We got 4 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Give me some pogo. Pogo. So start first with just a step back, 2 pogo, 1 step back. Otherwise, if you've done this before, a little bit more explosive. Jump, jump down, hop, and jump down. Keep together every single time before you switch to the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Face forward, simple side lunge, step together. Other side, step together. So one leg is straight, one leg is bent. That's it. Anchor your foot firm to the ground. Remember, your feet stay rooted. Reach, right arm, left toe. Opposite sides. Push one hip back. Reset. You got 4, 3, 2, and time. All right. So that warm up is over. Your heart rate should be slightly higher from when you started. Body's warmer. We're going to start our first set, which is called the Tabata set. Okay, the Tabata set looks like this. There's 2 different drills. Actually, 4 different drills. You're going to repeat that 2 times. Okay? It's all simple, body weight, doable. And if this is your first time, you will always choose the lower impact version. Okay? Let's start with a body weight squat. Stand about hip width distance. We are going live in 3, 2, 1, go. Very simple. What's important here is quality. So this is the low impact version. Keep an eye on this one when I introduce you to the higher impact. You can always go back to this. Nobody gets hurt. Nice and low for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a plank position. Your hand is right underneath your shoulders. If you've got your knees on the ground, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you're on your toes. You're going to go on your right elbow, left elbow, then back to your right hand, left hand. Plank walk. Switch leading arm for 30 seconds. Plank walk or plank up and down. Remember that water bottle in your lower back, right? You're trying not to still. Go ahead and do that to try to quiet the hip. Be still for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Safely walk your way back up, hands to the feet, to standing. Exercise number 3, it's a squat, but it's a little more explosive. Drop down, drop down, drop down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. So that hip should be nice and loose now, right? Remember that first option that I allowed you, or I showed you. That's just simple body weight squat. 3, 2, 1. Back to plank position. This time around, you're going to drive your knee forward, step it back, left knee forward, step it back. Mountain climber, right knee, step, left knee, step. You can go as slow or as fast and safely as you want. Look at Reynaldo. Yes, just like that. Drive, 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 drive. Shoulders are steady. Use your lower abdominal to punch the knee forward. Punch, punch. 3, 2, time. Walk the hands to the feet. Roll it up. Super simple. We're going to repeat everything one more time. Body weight squat. You can stay in the center, or I'm going to introduce you to a little lateral step. Step together. Step, step together. Both knees are bent. Both hips are bent. Woo. This feels good. Yep. 3, 2, plank walk. You're familiar with that. Let's hone in on that nice strong core. Show you this side. 3, 2, 1, go. Down, down, up, up. Down, down, up, up. You get it. Breath is important here. Control your breathing. Savor your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, roll yourself back up. Still feels like a warm up, doesn't it? Super easy. All right, back to drop squat. Go for it. You should feel your heart rate going up. And for those of you who need this challenge, add a little speed. You used to play this game, the cone game, where you have a cone in between 2 people. So you get to the cone first. Get the cone first. 3, 2, 1. Mountain climber. Plank position. Nice and strong core. We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Evidently, I don't have enough lighting in my office. I hope you guys can still see me before it's completely pitch dark. Come on. Are you adding speed? This is the second round. You need to change something. Make it just a little bit more. 1% more challenging. 3, 2, 1. Walk it up. Take a deep breath in. Cluster 1 is done. Get some water. Real quick. I'll explain cluster 2, which is really a little bit more of that. Same formula. 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest in between. Ooh, some of you are already sweaty. I like that. Perfect. You got a simple step back lunges. You're familiar with this. Everything we did in the warm-up is going to come out again. It's like a test. You better remember. You ready? 30 seconds is go in 3, 2, 1. Alternating step back lunges. What I like to keep an eye on is where my shoulder in relation to my hip. Sometimes I get a little bit too excited and I lean too much forward. I want to keep it upright. I have a book above my head here. I'm going to keep my spine nice and long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get back onto the floor. Bear crawl position. If you're not familiar, take a quick look. Hand is under the shoulder, just like a plank. Your knee is directly under your hips. Your toes are on. Now lift your knees off the ground by about 3 centimeters to 5 centimeters, about an inch. Right here. Bear crawl. You're going to move right hand, left foot forward, opposite side, and then one back. So you're like a baby crawling, really. Ready? 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go. Bear crawl. 1 forward, 1 back. Here's the trick. You have your cell phone handy or an object handy. Put it in your lower back. And do not drop it the whole time, which is not that long. See how quiet the hip is? 3, 2, 1. Get another chance to try it. All right. Conditioning. So heart rate's going to go up again. You can always choose the low impact. Otherwise, 1 hop, 1 drop. 1 hop, other leg drop. 3, 2, 1. Go. 1 hop, drop. 1 hop, drop. That's it. We're going. Yep. Come on. Soft landing is key. Remember, use that brake pad under your toes. If that back knee is starting to feel not so sure, just step. Step. 3, 2, recover. Bear crawl position. Follow me. Bear crawl position, knees off the ground. Right knee touch the left elbow or towards the left elbow. Switch. Left knee to the right. Set. Right knee to the left. The knee trying to touch the opposite elbow. This is called a bear crossover. Now your butt should not be high up. Shoulder and hip in straight line like a tabletop. Come on. Take it a little closer for 3, 2, 1. Recover. Nice. Back to step back lunges. Low impact. Chance to get heart rate down. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Come on. Not sitting down. Not yet. Yeah. This is round 2 of everything. You've done everything once. Just to repeat it See, we don't need anything, right? No excuses. 3, 2, 1. Bear crawl position. Knee under the hip. Move forward. 1 step. Move backward. 1 step. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember that object in your lower back? If I tell you I put $100 in your lower back, and if you don't drop it, you get to keep it. How about that? Is that a deal? Yeah. That's what? 1.5 million, man. You're a millionaire. 3, 2, 1. Stand up quickly. The hop with drop. 3, 2, 1, go. 1 hop, 1 drop. 1 hop, split the drop to the other side. And go. Nice. Load that front hip. Please put some body weight to the front leg. Come on, come on. Stay with me. Not a whole lot of burn yet. 3, 2. Bear crawl position with core crossover. Get in position on your toes. Right knee to the left elbow. 3, 2, 1, go. Drive, reset. Drive, reset. Find your rhythm. Squeeze the floor with your fingertips until they turn white. Feel the energy transfers to the rest of your body. Come on, 3, 2, 1, and time. Woo. Cluster 2 is done. We're going to move laterally this time, but I'll give you a chance to get some water. Check in with my partner, Brodibalo. How are you?
Hi, Alice. I'm actually dying right now. I am physically dying right now.
He's lying. He's not even breaking a sweat.
Are you kidding? Look at me. This is insane. I'm working out in my office and there's like a puddle of sweat on the floor.
Like a dirty laundry. Let's see how much.
Hashtag train like a champion.
Ready or not? You're supposed to say yes. All right. Stand up. Let's do this. Simple. Side lunge. Step together. Other side. Step together. If that's a little bit too much movement for you, I would just go drop, stand, drop, stand with a super wide leg. Okay? 3, 2, 1. And go. Nice. So when you're doing anything that's low impact, it is a great chance to play with mobility. How low can you go? Can you get to the edges of your range of motion? If the answer is no, that's okay. You have to ask permission, not tell your body what to do. Ask permission. Be kind. 3, 2, recover. This is Brodibalo strength here. It's just regular push-up, whatever style. Maybe Brody can show us some fancy ones later. The simple push-up right now could be on your knees. Go down, chest touch, push the floor away. Start with your knees on the ground, ladies. No shame in that. See the way women are built, our hips are larger than our shoulders. So upper body stuff tends to be a little bit more challenging anatomically. But no shame in that, girls. Get on your knees. 3, 2, and recover. Back up to side lunges. 2 different kinds of side lunge. Or get your heart rate up by hopping to the side and catching. Skier. Hop, hop, and catch. Start small, right? Just hop over like what? A foot. A foot is about, what is it? 1 step. Can't remember centimeters anymore. Long gone using centimeters. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Back on the ground for a push-up with reach. Check it out first. 1 down. Lift your right hand up, twist to the edges of your foot. Open up. Push up the teeth. Other side. Open up. You can do this on the knee and then get on your toes when you open. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Chest down and up. Rotate and open. Yep. It is the speed that you're comfortable with. At the same time, speed that is challenging enough for you. Some of you are only going to get 4, and that is okay. And time. Back to simple side lunge. This time, I'll give you a choice. Either hop or just do the side lunge. Last round. 3, 2, 1, go. You only get to do 3 rounds because I want to do something more fun. We're going to do a little flow after this. Uh-oh. Last 10. 3, 2, 1. Push up. You've been introduced to 2 different versions. It's time to choose your own adventure now. Go. 3, 2, 1, go. 30 seconds of your choice. Your body is made to squat, to hinge, to push, and pull. We try to cover all that today. Adding rotation here. And 3, 2, 1, and high. All right, let me check with the organizer since it has been 30 minutes. If we can do a few more things. Yes? Perfect. Here's the flow for you. Hopefully you'll be able to see me pretty clearly. This is called the animal flow. It's going to feel primal. There's a lot of movement involved. So what I want you to do is watch first, especially if you're a visual learner. Right here, you are familiar with the bear crawl position. Right here, right? I want you to take your right leg, step right next to your right hand. And then bring it back to bear crawl position. Bring the butt to the heel. Then left leg out. Pull in, step out. Pull in, step out. Okay, can we do that? Okay, let's try it. Bear crawl position in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Pull the hip to the heel. Step the right leg outside of the right hand. Pull in, step out. Pull in, step out. That's it. Keep alternating. Super simple. Let's do this for 10 more seconds, and then I'll give you the next prescription. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Watch again. It's a ladder. We're going to add on what we just did. Okay, I'm going to show you a different side just for fun. Bear crawl position, step, alternating, and then off wide. Maybe you're not here. Maybe you're just going to keep stepping. That's okay. Load the hip nice and low. Stand. Okay? Or jump up. Okay, I'm going to give you the full spectrum. Load, step. Load, step. Load, jump. High jump. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot to remember. But just follow me step by step, or do the first half that you've already learned. Okay, let's do this. Bear crawl position. Right leg step, left leg step, foot to the heel, and jump wide, jump up, back to bear crawl, step wide, jump wide, both, jump up. One leg at a time, other side, jump wide, jump up. Come on, step, reset, you got 1 full minute. Woo. Right leg, load, left leg, load, double leg, jump. Oh boy, starting to burn. Yep. If you're starting to burn but you want to keep going, just step. Eliminate the jump. Remember? 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Woo! And time. You guys did it. Good work. Checking in with my friends. Turn off the music. How are we feeling, guys?
I am so drenched.
Nice! Feeling accomplished, right?
Yes.
The sun is finally set. And it's going to be a new day for me here soon. But you guys crushed it.
It's a good way to start up our day here.
We can chat while we're cooling down. See if I can stay in the light. I'm going to turn the camera right here. There we go.
Yeah, that was difficult, not gonna lie.
A little different, right?
Well, I said difficult. Different in a good way, also difficult in a good way.
It's a compliment when Brodibalo says it's difficult. What he's done.
Yeah, it's crazy hard. I'm drenched in sweat right now.
It's a little combination between just a little bit of conditioning, safe conditioning with some strength, so that you can always make do with what you have, like Brody is saying, whatever's available. There are numerous resources for bodyweight exercise. Yoga is one of them, and it's really, it's just a really good combination between mindfulness and strength, depending on what style.
A lot of people think yoga is just flexibility, but there's a huge strength component. In it.
No, absolutely. It's absolutely a lot of strength, especially if this style called power yoga. I do teach yoga as well, so it's
That's cool.
It is hard body weight strength and balance and everything that would pretty much translate to everyday function. Not to mention that, it's kind of not like HIIT or boot camp where you get yelled at. The no yoga instructor will not yell at you.
Some people like the yelling.
True, that's true. Funny stuff.
Some people calculate as well. There's some day where I don't feel like getting yelled at, and I feel like yoga or Pilates bar is a good workout and take it easy.
Yeah.
Some days I need some extra, motivation. So like those
Yes.
style.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Different styles.
So Alice, what we did just now, that was considered low intensity?
That was considered okay intensity. I would say low intensity, yes.
Right.
Just because the work, I guess we've only done, we didn't do a whole lot of sets. It's only twice each set. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty low intensity. But it depends on, it depends on what you're looking for. If it's strength, it was kind of 50-50 today.
Mm-hmm. Patricia, like as we were doing the workout, I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that as Alice was doing the movement, she was like talking throughout nonstop.
No, and even myself, I wouldn't be able to talk when doing those movements.
That is it was a prerequisite in the job application. Can you talk and breathe at the same time? Sometimes we group trainers have tricks, right? We like, hey, let me check you out. Be resting.
Yeah, and I'm surprised like it's around like low intensity, right? But it it raises your heart rate so much. Like I'm still drenched, even though it's low intensity.
Very
Yes.
cool.
And the last flow, check out animal flow. That is a great functional workout that translates some mobility, that includes mobility, stability, strength, and conditioning with no weights at all. That's one of my favorites. It's called animal flow workout. It's a type of workout that really is um, close to the ground and kind of primal. You know, like you look like a bear, you look like a lizard, and you're like close to the ground, and then you're going up. It's ground to standing movement, ground to overhead, which is really functional. You know, like when people get hurt, most of the time it is from ground to standing. You're picking something up.
Yeah,
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 very true.
back, lower back.
Yeah. Yep.
Like
So-
maybe you're familiar with Ido Portal's work, Alice.
What's his name?
Ido Portal is this Israeli dude who does a lot of animal type movements.
Sounds familiar.
But yeah, basically
Is
what
he-
you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Really,
Okay. Yeah. We've got I don't know if you know Michel Dalcourt.
oh yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, Michel, he's the founder of Viper. We had
Ah.
training with him. There was a lot of functional movement.
Right.
Global Bodyweight Movement, GMB, Andy from GMB. They do a lot of great stuff with time under tension. I know we're talking about like specific terms, but time under tension is really holding a plank or
Yeah.
slow tempo push up. There's
Yeah.
a lot of variables that you could use with bodyweight training that that adds to that progression.
Kalau
I think
lagi
it'd be
latihan,
good. Oh, go ahead.
kalau lagi latihan yang time under tension, sampai apa menghitung waktu, time feels like it just slows down so much.
I know.
Yeah. When you're holding that plank for like a whole minute, for example. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think for viewers, it'd be good if you posted those recommendations so we can also look them up.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can put some up here.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Alice. I found your workout really doable in a small space, and it's body weight workout. No equipment needed, and also it had a lot of mobility, which I liked because myself, I work at like on a desk 8 hours a day, and sometimes with working from home, you forget to take breaks. Like usually in the office, you take coffee breaks and you take walks. So it has a lot of toll on my lower back. And so those mobility movements were great.
Yes, it is. It's an investment, right?
Mhm.
It's movement is really you don't value it as much until you can't move anymore, and then you realize what a blessing it is to be able to move freely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any last words or of encouragement for our speakers, our audience? Sorry.
I would say that I know this is hard times for everyone. Really, a lot of crazy stuff going on in the States. Again, this is your best offensive plan during this time. Invest in your health. It's not too late. Start today.
Yeah. Thanks. What about you, Stephen?
Yeah. First of all, thanks so much, Alice and Patricia. Alice, especially for destroying me in the last 20 minutes. Everything's dead.
He's being humble. I know that.
No, I'm not. I swear to God. But yeah, to everyone, all we want to say is just try your best to keep yourself healthy. Go out if you have to, but really only if you have. That's the best thing we can do for now. And I know people say this all the time, but we really are all in this together.
Yeah, that's true. That helps. That helps. Just a little update from the stateside. We're in Portland, Oregon. I wish people stay at home, really, because Americans really like their freedom. And there's been a lot of political issues. If you're not aware of what's going on in Portland, there's been a 63-day in a row of protests.
Yeah.
It's been consistent every night. There's been some violence. There's been some. There's just been a lot of stuff going on in the news, which I try to avoid. But we have a great Indonesian community here, and we support each other here. A lot of the ladies and a lot of my friends are Indonesian here. We're usually not very outspoken about political issues, but we kind of keep an eye on things and like Stephen said, we try to support one another, which makes a huge difference, because when you're part of a community, the community of Indonesians in Portland, the community of Indonesians at America, you're not alone, because when you're alone, you're more vulnerable for attacks, mental attacks, spiritual attacks, any type of attack. When you have a friend, a partner, you reach out for help, you need to reach out for help and let people help you.
Yeah. For our audience who live in the US or abroad, I myself used to live in Seattle, and I know there's a huge Indonesian community there. What's great about it, you have a community that supports you and that understands your cultural background, and so it's so good to have that. Well, thank you so much, Alice and Stephen.
Thank you.
It was so great to have you here. We had a lot of great insights, and thank you for all your knowledge. And we will make sure to keep following you both on whatever you are educating us on. So thank you so much. I'll hand it over to Anton, who will close this event. And thank you for our audience for following us.
Okay, thank you very much, Patricia, Alice, and also Stephen for joining us today, and especially Alice for giving us a very great workout. And earlier in the event, I asked you guys an icebreaker question, and I'll repeat that question again. True or false, the US Department of Health and Human Services recommends a minimum 75 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity in a week for adults? And the correct answer is false. The minimum time for moderate intensity aerobic physical activity for adults is actually 150 minutes. Unfortunately, no one got the answer for today's question right, but don't worry, in our next event, you can keep trying to answer our questions. And now you might be wondering, how can you develop an awesome idea for a place like this? Well, wonder no more, you can come straight to our website at www.atamerica.or.id, and then you can go to create an event and then choose collaborate with us and submit your proposal there. All proposals will be reviewed, and your event might just end up here very soon. And while you're on our website, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for information about our upcoming events sent straight to your inbox. Well, it has been fun, folks. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on social media. And we hope to see you again at the next Ad America TV event. Goodbye, everybody.